Schools.
Hey.
Wow, the rain was really coming down out there.
Oh man.
How was your day?
It was good. Got some news.
Oh, really? What is it?
You might want to sit down for this.
Uh-oh. So, what's the news?
Well, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It has to do with the color pink. No, not that. I got an email from John. He said my frame's ready.
No way! It's ready?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet! When can we pick it up?
Tomorrow actually.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Congratulations.
Ah, thanks. John!
Hello.
Hey, hey.
Go on in.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Blinded by light.
So, ta-da! Wow, so cool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I took some liberties to do just some extra bonus stuff of like doing this whole piece. You know, it's not something I usually do on people's bikes unless
Yeah.
they ask for it.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, this is Philip raised to the sleeve that
Yeah.
I had shaped. And
Yeah, I noticed the unique design when I was looking at the photos.
yeah, it allowed me to use a really light seat tube too, considering your weight and everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Can I feel it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Nice.
Yay.
That's really light.
But this is the bike I plan to ride until I'm about 80 years old.
Wow, I sure hope it lasted that long.
So,
You know, it should. OX Platinum 747 top tube. This is OX Platinum 857 down tube. And Columbus 946 seat tube. The seat stays are Tonge Prestige 0.6. And this is the Kaise, I think that's how you pronounce it, chain stays. Columbus head tube, Paragon bottom bracket.
And the fork?
And the fork blades are Columbus, I believe. Yeah, Columbus. And Pacenti reworked fork crown. Those are Paragon rear dropouts as well. The front dropouts are just imported ones. Paragon stopped making those.
They don't make these anymore?
And they're not the ones that I want. That would have been good for your bike. And then the steer tube is Reynolds.
All right. So this is the before,
Yep.
and that's the after.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Gonna do a little bit of a
Look at that.
cleanup and stuff on that, but you get the gist. Yeah.
So I have been gathering all the parts to build up my bicycle, and today we're heading down to Walnut Creek. So why don't you join me today as I go to a famous little bicycle shop to pick up my downtube shifters and handlebars. Other side. Here we go. This is what happens when you accidentally ship a package to your old address. You have to go on a scavenger hunt for it. Ooh. Wow, the acoustics.
Is it heavy?
No, it's not heavy, but it's got nice acoustics. I can hear the vibrations.
You can hear the ocean in there.
Yeah, the ocean.
Have you already ordered them, or? Okay. Silver ones?
Silver ones, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Here I am. Oh, thank you. So we made it to the one and only Rivendell Bicycle Shop, and they had these sought-after shifters, the best little down-tube friction shifters that you can find, and some bar tape too.
Well, have we gotten everything you need, Miss Coles?
Not quite. Let's see. We still need a crank, a bottom bracket, a couple derailleurs. What else? Oh gosh, a few more things. In my search, I found a really neat Specialties TA crank and a Shimano XTR rear derailleur. They were really good finds, but there are a few more parts that I need, so I'm going to go home and browse the internet. the chain ring washed. Oh wow, I step out for a minute and you already have all the hard part done.
Yeah, we got the headset in, which I think is the hardest part, and the bottom bracket. I cut the steer. I left about 15 millimeters for future accessories you might want to put on there, like a brake cable hanger, and you know, I guess that's all you would need in there. So, but I left enough steer for that. So all we need to do is put the crank on, hook up the brakes, the shifters, put the wheels and derailleurs on, and get your handlebars and brake levers on. So this is really the easy part.
Is that all we have to do? What should that take? 10 minutes?
10? I was going to say about 5 minutes. We'll be out riding.
All right.
I have the...
That's how you know you're a kid from the 90s. You got the stickers all over your toolbox.
Yeah. Gotta put the stickers on the toolbox. I need to get the ones from John Fitzgerald out here. We're gonna have stickers from all over. And we're gonna lock this down right here. We'll do all the brake adjusting, etc. later. And let's go ahead. Do we have a quick release here?
Oh, that's a lot of grease. Wow, those shifters sure do look nice. We took quite the journey to get those. You remember that?
I sure do.
So here's that really nice TA crank that I found at Bicycles R. We're setting it up as a triple now while we're waiting for the proper spacers or bolts. And once we get those, we're going to turn it into a double.
This has a 47 outer, 44 middle, and a 27 inner. But what you want to do with this crank, which is what's so cool about it, is you're going to set it up as a compact double with a 44 outer and a 28 inner, which means you need shorter bolts in order to make that work, because these bolts needed to be longer for this large of a build out. Level that later. Okay. How's it feel so far? Getting a preliminary weight test?
Wow.
Well, unfortunately, we've run into our first snag on this build, and it has to do with this crank. So this is a triple. We have it set up triple just temporarily, and the bottom bracket is designed for a double. It's a 118.5 millimeter long spindle. Some triples will work with that particular spindle length, but this one, because of its design and how the chain rings build in towards the bike, and the extra height on these hex head bolts, unfortunately, it will just rub on the chain stays. So we cannot set this up today until we get the shorter bolts and we lower this back down or reduce this down to a double. So I was really hoping that Miss Cools was going to be able to ride this bike today, but unfortunately it looks like we're going to have to postpone.
Guess what?
What?
The bolt arrived.
Oh, nice. Perfect timing. I was just about to say we weren't going to be able to test ride your bike. But... Alright, so last night we did our shakedown ride and we discovered a few little minor adjustments we would like to make. Back here on the brakes, we are getting a little bit of tire rub with the Soma Cazaderos on here. Now these are a 50 millimeter tire. We did not design this bike and this brake combination to run a 50 millimeter knobby tire. I just had these wheels set up already, so we just wanted to get the bike out. The front works fine. There's actually enough clearance on the front, but the back does rub a little bit. So on the front they work and they don't touch the tire at all. So the rear does rub when we hit the brakes. So let's show you that. See how it gets really close to the tire. So we're gonna try and put a couple spacers in here to spread the cable out a little, and that'll give it a little more clearance. So the spacers will go behind these brake pads. Coming up to the front here, this front chain ring, we need to swap the inner ring. We need to flip it around. Right now it's set up for a 9-speed chain, which means that the spacing between the inner and outer is a little farther than it would be for an 11-speed chain. 11-speed chain's narrower. So I need to flip this chain ring around so it'll be closer. The problem is this extractor bolt diameter for this crank is not standard. The standard is like Shimano, Sugino, all that. They run a 22 millimeter diameter extractor bolt. This uses a 23 millimeter extractor bolt, and I don't have this tool, so I'm gonna modify the dust cap and make it into a tool. So I need to do that so I can pull this crank off so I can flip that chain ring around. The derailleur is not the one we plan to use, but this one is actually working pretty well, so no complaints yet on that. Coming to the front, we needed to pull out a few of these headset spacers in here. I left about 12.5, 13 millimeters of spacers. This is a 10, this is like a 2, and this is like a 2.5. Or maybe this is a 1.5, but whatever. There's about, we want to take out about 6 millimeters here because Miss Cools would like to lower the stem a little bit more in the future.